I meant muscle, the muscle.
Hey folks, welcome to Behind the Flame. Today, live at the Falcor Defense Dragon's Lair, we have the talented, the motivating, the awesome Marisa LaRen, fitness enthusiast and professional tattoo artist. We are doing a giveaway this episode, folks. We have coming to you a 3-day expandable backpack from Viridian, Kenzie's Optics swag pack, and a Falcor Defense swag pack. To enter today's giveaway in the episode, head over to our latest post on Instagram, like and tag a friend. Then you need to go over to iTunes and leave us a review on the iTunes podcast app. Drop your Instagram name in there, and we will draw a winner this afternoon, as we've done with previous shows. Let me hand it over to our host, John Bartolo.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
Quite the intro. Every week it's better.
I had a really good one last night, worked up in my head, like Marisa is so great. But,
killing the intro game
sorry.
with Sam Cummins.
Killing it.
So I want to take a minute to thank everybody in the studio. We had a wild roller coaster ride in here, and everybody's been in and out of the studio, and Marissa's probably dizzy as we sparked up these microphones. But we had some great folks in here right now. We have Austin Web Designs running around taking some video. Haley J Photo wearing some interesting pants today. They're not as bad as the other ones.
The other ones were way more.
The other ones were way more tactically ripped. She may have got attacked by a Wolverine on the way in. And then we have the one and only D. Mitchell Designs, who spent countless hours setting this up. But I want to take a minute to thank our guest who took the journey here. We've confirmed that we've been friends over a year. It's confirmed.
Like 13 months.
13 months. But we've been friends. Here. We've chatted back and forth a little bit. We've spent some time together. I've got to know her a little bit, and I am super proud to call her a friend, and she is absolutely a sweetheart, and she pushes out a lot of great energy. So I'm really jazzed up. She is a fitness enthusiast. She is a tattoo artist, and she's also recently developed a love for 3-gun, 2-gun, shooting, taking courses, training, and we're going to get into some of that stuff. And thank you, Marisa, for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
So she's taken the tour. She's kind of visited the facility. She's met some of the people. She's been probably on a little bit of a dizzying ride. She had an early night last night. We had crazy. Some dinner. We had some ridiculous nachos. But I want to take a minute to thank Melissa and Jason Sanju for paying the bills and keeping the lights on here. Thank you, Mel. And we want to thank all the staff here and everybody here. But she's had the tour. She's visited the lair. She's held some of the guns. She's always been around the brand. And tell us right off the bat, Marisa, what do you think?
Well, the facility's great. Everyone here has been really wonderful. Oh, am I not close enough? I'm sorry.
We got to get her closer.
I've never done this
okay.
before.
Don't grab it like, yeah.
We got a first timer.
This is my first time. I'm new at this. What were we saying?
Yeah, straight into the mic. Girl.
So it's your first time here.
Is it straight now?
Just talk right into
right
it.
in,
oh,
talking to the microphone.
Oh my gosh.
That's how you get the best audio.
Okay.
So what's your first impression of Falcor, the brand, the staff, everybody?
Oh, everyone's been super wonderful and nice and friendly. I like that this feels kind of like a family. You know, it's not like a super stiff business structure. Like everyone gets along and seems to be doing their thing.
Oh, it's stiff.
It's
extremely
super
stiff.
Super.
Oh man, that's how this is gonna go today.
So we're gonna dive right in with her, and like we always do, and I'm gonna ask her right off the bat, how, a lot of people are interested, how did you get to this point where, now obviously I know you're not someone that's like, oh, I have this Instagram following and look at me and all this jazz. I know that's not you, but how did you get to this point where people are paying attention and people are watching what you do, and how did you develop this love for shooting and tattooing, and where did this all come from, and how did it all start for you?
Oh gosh, that's a loaded question.
It's a loaded question.
That's so many things to talk about. I don't know, actually.
How did you get here?
So here, like in this room.
How did you get to this point?
Well, I actually did like a poll question on my Instagram not that long ago, because I was really curious to figure out why people follow me, because I didn't know why. And I did Ink Masters a few years ago, and I think that's where the majority of people found me, and then they decided to stick around for some reason. Still trying to figure out why.
So along the way there was some tattooing, and you grew up in Colorado, you mentioned. So how did you get, stay on Ink Masters for a second. How did you get into tattooing, and where did that come from?
All right, so yeah, from a real small town in Colorado, Grand Junction, Colorado. I started apprenticing when I was 19, and then 3 years into tattooing, I got approached and asked to do Ink Masters. I didn't sign up for it. I wasn't interested in doing it. They contacted me, and they asked if me and my mentor would be interested in doing the show because they were looking for better, more talented artists for that season, and they wanted to do like a apprentice mentor season. So yeah,
so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Like,
I mean, that show's pretty polarizing. I feel like with a lot of tattooers out there, everyone has a very strong opinion one way or the other with it.
Yeah. So
how's that been?
Well, so like it's a weird thing. Like, I didn't like the show at first, obviously,
sure.
Because there's like a stigma there. They didn't have very good artists in the beginning. It's a very drama-based TV show. It's not so much about the tattoo art.
It is a TV show. I mean.
It's a reality TV show. It's drama-based. But it is really good for exposure. So like I had contacted some of my friends that I look up to, or better tattooers, and they were kind of like, this is something you need to do to better and further your career. It's only going to be good for you, no matter what happens, whether you go home first or last. Like, this is a good thing.
So you're doing Ink Masters, and obviously the tattooing becomes like a thing for you, and you're deep into it now.
Well, I was only 3 years in when I did tattooing. I was the youngest and least experienced person on that show for that time.
Well, now you're not the youngest and least experienced. So you get into that, but along the way, where does the shooting come in?
Well, I mean, I've always been into shooting. I grew up on a farm, so like guns were always a thing. We lived out in the country. It was mostly recreational, though. Like, my whole life, it was just kind of like you go out to the desert, you blow shit up, you like light stuff on fire, you shoot things, like hunting, whatever. When I moved to Las Vegas, which was only a year ago, I had always been interested in doing like competition shooting. I thought it looked fun and challenging, and I met some people out there in Vegas. My friend Marco and like a bunch of guys who do competitions all the time out there, and they offered to take me out and practice and show me how to shoot and like help me get better. And then I fell in love with the sport, and now I'm trying to like get even better at it. So
where do you want to go with it?
I don't know yet, like, because it's expensive hobby sport.
No.
I know, right? But I love pistol, but I want to start doing 2-gun and rifle matches, and then maybe 3-gun. I haven't decided yet, but I
know
really...
the PRS community out in Vegas is pretty strong, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's legit.
Yeah.
Someone's asking on YouTube right now, do you want to toss in a tattoo giveaway?
Oh, man. Oh. Tattoos are expensive.
We had this talk. I don't want to put her on the spot, but people are asking, would you do a tattoo giveaway?
I mean...
Maybe we can do an hour free if they find you in Vegas.
Minimum 4 hours,
minimum,
hour free.
Minimum.
That's basically 25% off a tattoo.
It is.
Okay, we have a major announcement here for everyone on YouTube.
I don't even know how that giveaway would work, though, because you have to let me do what I want. If you want something I don't do, I'm not doing
What'd you say,
it.
Derek?
You do give away, but it's whatever
Facebook's
you
live.
I want.
Then you can do your what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Your majestic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It might be phallically shaped.
BB from
Who
Tactical
knows?
Tailor said he needs some ink. So Tactical Tailor was kind enough to donate bags, which Marissa loves her
I
bags.
do love it. It's awesome.
Tactical Tailor donated goodie bags as well as Enforce, and a few other companies are kind enough to donate stuff to our guests, so we thank them. BB says hi. Thank you, BB, for everything. But I think we have a major announcement here for YouTube.
Oh, gosh, is this happening?
Okay, I'll dress this up. 4 hour minimum. Marissa gets to do what she wants. She'll toss in 1 hour free if you find her in Las.
So a 5-hour tattoo.
No, it's 3 hour, a 4 hour tattoo.
You got to pay for 3 hours.
Pay for 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
What's your normal length? I mean, you do all kinds of stuff. So what's your normal? 4 hours is a pretty normal time to spend getting a decently sized tattoo.
I would say 5 hours is like the average.
Yeah.
So let's call it. She'll toss this into the giveaway, guys, for everyone on YouTube. So Austin,
not free.
It's not
Just so you
free.
guys know.
It's not
You're not getting free.
I don't work for free.
Austin will type it up on the YouTube. You have to follow the rules of the contest and head over to Behind the Flame on iTunes and leave a review and tag Instagram.
I love that I was pulled into this.
Yeah,
This was
Well, you're the guest. Someone will find you
Yeah,
some
you're the guest.
creeper.
You're required to participate in
Duh.
however we
What was I
direct you to.
thinking? It's okay. I like doing fun tattoos.
It's 25% off. You have to pay for 3 hours. You get one free. So it's a 4 hour.
I am $400 an hour.
Yeah, how much are you an
But
hour?
I'll do it for half price because I'm so nice.
How much are you an hour?
200.
200 an hour.
For this special time.
For this, but I'm doing a 50% off discount because
And
I'm just a nice person.
before all the comments roll in about pricing all this shit, if you don't have a lot of tattoos, you're not heavily tattooed or whatever, then like you gotta understand that people's talent and shit is worth money, and it's not too expensive. So just stop it right there.
It's the only thing you can buy that lasts you your entire life.
221B Tactical, our other sponsors, kind enough to sponsor the show, says that's Suresh. He says he's kind enough to donate a pair of gloves. He said she's getting them.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks, man.
But
I appreciate that.
221B Tactical, thank you very much.
He's the best.
So, tattooing. So we got deep into the tattooing. So you're doing that in Vegas now. You're pretty busy.
Yeah, I work at a shop called Aged in Oak. It's a custom tattoo shop. It's beautiful. I love everyone I work with.
Aged in oak,
Like a whiskey barrel.
like a whiskey barrel.
Yeah, if you follow her, because you have both a fitness account and a
Yeah,
tattooing
I got.
account.
Oh, yeah.
I have 2 Instagrams.
2 IGs.
Keep them professional.
She keeps the world separate.
Don't worry, stay tuned, and we'll plug them at the end of the show.
Yes.
Don't mention them now because people gotta wait till we
Got
get
it.
to
So
them.
everybody, who follows you knows you from 1stPhorm. They know you from fitness, and they know you from tattooing. What are your other passions? What do you enjoy doing besides the tattooing and the shooting? I know you mentioned hiking was one thing.
Yeah,
and you're a huge outdoors
I am a
lady.
huge outdoors lady.
So what do you love?
Well, I do love hiking. I pretty much love anything that's like adrenaline based. Like if I could just do fun things all the time. I like hiking. I like traveling. I like I don't know, biking.
Biking.
Like motorcycles.
Oh.
I like motorcycles and road bikes and dirt bikes.
Do you ride?
Yeah, I did when I got my license when I lived in Florida, but it's really dangerous to ride out there. And there's not a lot of you can't really dirt bike out in Las Vegas. The ground's super hard and
I
it's
know
hot.
guys that'll ride out in the desert and ride out there. But...
Everyone tells me that it sucks.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Mm.
But I don't know. I like cliff jumping a lot. That's always fun for me.
Interesting.
I didn't know that was like a regular thing someone could be into.
Well, we had a
jumping?
couple. I don't know if we
You
can.
just go to like
Cliffs and you jump
Like
into
into
the
water?
water. Yeah.
Oh, I
no,
thought you were, like, base
I
jumping.
would love
Ba-
to base jump, but you have to get certified.
Spelunky, whatever it is, cliff diving.
That's down in the
No,
caves,
splunking is
man.
different. I would do that too, though. Like I want to go shark diving, and
Yeah, you said that.
I do. I have friends in Florida who swim with sharks, and I was
Like in a cage or like just
no
in the
free
water?
diving. I want to free dive with sharks.
That's fucking great.
It's gonna happen.
Is there anything that scares you?
No.
That's a lie.
Oh,
Chicken.
Don't say something. Don't say
intimacy.
Into
commitment.
commitment.
I don't like touching.
Don't say something lame like failure or something.
Failure.
Eye contact.
Icon.
me real
Intimacy. So we have a couple slides. I know we have a few. Austin's going to pull them up because
got
while we're
them
on the
over here. I got them
topic,
over here.
there are some fun and exciting things that you do enjoy doing, and there's a couple of highlights just to show her badassery, because everybody knows
Ready?
Marissa likes to do the fun, exciting stuff.
Yeah. Just
besides
kind of
intimacy,
Fun, man. Yeah, not that shit.
not that shit. So here she is,
Skydiving.
skydiving.
Yeah.
Looks like you're having a good time. I would be petrified. I'd poop my pants.
Oh no, I love it. I wanted to get certified
Was
to
it your
do
first time?
second time. Yeah, and I actually thought about doing the class in Miami. They have a 3-day class. You can get certified.
The A
and do-
license. My
yeah,
buddy did that in
license and single
Arizona.
jumping. I really
do
would
that
like to do it
too.
too, but also expensive hobby to get started at least. And I'm like, I don't know how often I'll go once I do it, but I would like to do that and then start base jumping. So maybe down the road.
Whoa.
Cool. Okay, moving on. from
Moving
there.
on.
There we go.
Damn.
I know.
Well, there's
And
our old
there's,
friend.
of course.
I like to feel like I'm gonna die all the time.
Moving on.
How often?
So here's the quintessential 1stPhorm pick with our pal Tony. So there's Mr. Real World Tactical.
Funny thing about that photo is I had them on my shoulders at first, and then Tony made a big deal about how it was emasculating or something.
He'd be like, "Yo, bro,
do that, man.
yo, that's fucked up."
John and I both do really good Tony impressions.
Yo, that's fucked up. We're
It sounds
not doing it like
exactly
that.
like him.
Right?
It's dead on.
Yo,
it's
no,
uncanny.
no. Come on, man. No, I can't do that.
His is better.
He
So,
spends more time around him.
so you get, where does 1stPhorm come in, and when did you get hooked up with? I know Andy and Sal, and you got hooked up with them, and you started working with 1stPhorm. Around what time does that come into play, and how does that play into? Because I know you competed, right?
I did.
Yeah.
So right when I got really fat in my first year at college, and after that I decided I needed to start working out for the first time, like lifting weights and stuff. So when I started doing like lifting, I met a lot of people who were bodybuilding and like coaches, and I decided I wanted to do that. And that's when I found out who 1stPhorm was as a company. They had just started doing their like athlete searches. So I bought a bunch of their products because I fucking hated how protein tasted. It was super gross, but I had to drink it, and I really loved.
Were you just getting whatever was at GNC at the time?
Like pretty much, like we have like GNC or like Walmart, or like I would try to order stuff offline, and it was so gross and chalky. And so I ordered 1stPhorm stuff, and it was expensive, and I tried it, and it was freaking delicious. So then I was like, well, I'm training for my first show. Maybe I'll enter this contest. Like, it'll never happen. Like, small town girl from Colorado, no one knows who I am. I had, like, no followers on Instagram. I had just started my fitness Instagram. So I did my first show. I placed top 4 in Colorado. I just did bikini. And then I won 1stPhorm's athlete search that December after I did my show. So it's been almost 4 years now that I've been with them.
That's a long time to be sponsored in that industry. It really is.
I just really it's not like a sponsorship like that was important to me. I really like the community and like what they stand for, and literally the people I've met through 1stPhorm have become like family. Like some of my best friends are from people from 1stPhorm. Yeah.
Like, and I know one of them is Mike Cunningham, who was on this show, Mr. No Donuts here. He's devilishly handsome. He spent some time with us up here. Yeah, he's a 1stPhorm athlete as well as Tony, and we know a few others, and that's a great product, great company, and everything they stand for is super
people.
Supportive of the law enforcement industry and a lot of industries that are near and dear to our heart, the military community, and of course they're very pro 2A, which is great. I know Andy does a little thing where you guys get out and you shoot. And do some of that.
Yeah, we got to do stuff with like the St. Louis SWAT one day, which was super cool. We got to go out with them, and then when we go out to Andy's farm, we always get to shoot fun guns, and it's great. It's
pretty badass. Yeah, I mean, I've seen pictures from it in the past and things that he's going on. He does a big event in St. Louis, so I know that he's been a supporter of the community, and that doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you, Andy.
Shout out.
Thanks, Andy.
We got some more pictures to go through.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to the next one.
Let's go back.
So heading back to the Wayback Machine.
Wayback Machine.
Jar some memories for Marissa.
We got a technical side. Derek's getting back to it. So
Derek's pulling.
Triggered.
Triggered. So there we go.
That's a good one.
So a lot of people don't see you in snow and in the winter environment because
Is that you?
It's
is
me.
that you?
I'm incognito.
What are you doing and
Snowboarding.
why are you in the cold?
Oh, well, I mean, I grew up in Colorado. At one point in my life, like when I was in high school, I was getting good at snowboarding, and my goal was to make it to the X Games.
That's cool.
That's what I wanted to do. So I was like, I snowboarded every weekend, and then I almost broke my back.
Flips and stuff.
I did like
spins and
things. I can still do like 180s, 360s. I don't do flips or anything anymore. After I almost died,
I've never snowboarded.
I've gotten
in my
a
life.
little gun shy. Really?
Yeah.
Do you
Derek's
live
trying
in
to.
Montana?
Well, I just moved here in January. That's
right.
We can have this conversation off the air.
Indiana, doesn't it snow there?
Indiana.
Oh.
They get dustings.
Excuse me.
Indiana is flat,
I
man.
don't know. I've never been there.
There's no mountains in Indiana.
I don't know.
So, you want to swim with sharks. You got the snowboarding and all this crazy stuff. I mean, do you have a death wish?
No, I just like doing fun
Get to the.
things.
You can go to the next one because that plays right into it.
We're already on it.
Yeah. I mean, do you have a
Cobra.
death wish? Because now.
Yeah, there's a snake in that picture, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, in case anyone's paying attention.
Okay, to be fair,
she's shaking hands with a fucking cobra.
that's not even the big ass rattlesnake I held was actually nicer snake, but I was holding it with one hand.
Is this your pet? Whose snake is this? Where did the snake come from?
Okay, so I lived in Florida. And my ex that was there that I lived with, all of my friends down there do like venomous and reptile and animal stuff. Like they wrestle alligators, they have venomous snakes. Like it's like a normal thing.
Yeah, they're into reptiles. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had a bunch of venomous snakes, and I don't do venomous stuff anymore. I learned my lesson. I watched him almost die, and I had another friend get bit by a rattlesnake.
Yeah,
and
there are snakes that when they bite you, like your hand falls off. Like,
no, he got bit by a 14-foot king cobra, and he's literally like the 5th person to live.
This is by far the most interesting. I mean, we can't beat someone who wants to swim with sharks,
I like to live life.
jump out of perfectly good airplanes,
You don't know that.
snowboard down mountains.
That's not a big deal.
What is a big deal to you?
Yeah.
Like what?
Settling down.
Yeah. It's apparent to me that intimacy, settling down.
That's a joke.
Okay, so what really does scare you? Like, if I was to say, like, hey, can I, like, take this flamethrower and shoot it at you? Like, is that that's
Shoot
scary?
it
Like,
at.
what?
Okay, to be fair, I really don't want to be lit on fire.
Okay.
That sounds
We've
miserable.
we've
Please
established-
For money,
also
unless
don't
it's for money.
drown me.
Okay,
Unless
we've
it's for me.
established two things.
If I was wearing like a fire retardant suit, maybe.
The gel all over you and
Yes,
stuff.
maybe.
Cool. Would you consider a career doing stunts?
I mean, that
Yeah.
sounds fun.
That'd be awesome,
It's
actually.
yeah, I would be okay with that.
Professional stunt woman.
Yeah, I'm not very flexible, but
You gotta get hooked
I can
up
take
with,
a hit.
with
so sturdy.
Jessie Graff.
Yeah, she's so
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's
Have her on the
incredible.
show.
Yeah, dude, for real.
American
she's fucking
Make it
Badass.
happen,
badass.
John Bartolo. I know you can do it.
Jesse
She's
Graff, if
incredible.
you're out there, tune in, hit us up. But, so, stunt woman, okay, that could be a good career path for you, because you've mentioned things after tattooing. What's your dream job? What would you do if you could step out of your body and do something else? What would it be?
Well, I mean, I love tattooing. I think I'd probably do it for a long time, but obviously my goal is to not just be a tattoo artist. Like, obviously there's a lot of other things I like to do, and I would like to have other incomes, like other avenues of income.
Multiple
Obviously-
streams, the
Yes,
businesswoman,
that's
Marisa LaRen.
That's the plan. There's like lots of things that I want to do
Yeah,
in
we've got
life.
tattoos
but-
to show off if you want to see some of your
My
stuff here.
tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. There's some work.
Give us a little-
White-tailed deer. Oh, this is a Montana tattoo, I think. No, it's not. Where is
Kind
this
of
from?
Montana.
Do you have lighthouses here? No, where is this from?
You're just making shit up now.
This is a landlocked state.
So,
There are no lighthouses in Montana.
wow.
We have white-tailed deer here, though.
Yes, they're a whitetail here.
Yeah. I feel like I did a Montana tattoo, and it was similar to the one I did
So,
there.
so tattooing pays the bills now, but if you were to pick another career, what would it be? What's the dream?
I mean, dream, like, if anything was possible, if I could just travel around the world and eat awesome food and do fun activities and get paid for it, that would be the goal. Like, killing life.
Killing it.
That would be, right? That would be so amazing. I would love that.
You could be like the Marissa Bourdain.
Absolutely.
Oh man, yeah. So let's go back to some tattoos though. We got some more to look at. So
Yeah, we
just
got
give
more
us a
work.
quick rundown.
Okay.
You know, people might not be familiar with your tattoo work if they follow you on the fitness
Oh,
side.
yeah. These
So
are...
give us a rundown of like what your style is specifically, or anything kind
Gotcha.
of whatever the normal tattoo questions,
Gotcha.
that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. I make tattoos. I draw things on people. No, just kidding. I do neo-traditional tattoos. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a style of tattooing. I like doing American traditional tattoos also, but mostly I do neo-traditional. So this is what this is. This is a cover-up. It's a hawk. It's like kind of Japanese inspired. I like doing that stuff too. Yeah, you can see the cover-up tribal band. Actually started the inside of his arm too. And I'll be working. Yeah.
And you said you don't like cover-ups.
I said I don't usually do them. I make exceptions every once in a while, depending on what. Like that's a small band, and he wants a 3/4 sleeve. So I'm like, all right. And he was pretty open to like what we would do. Oh my god,
Oh my God.
You ruined the episode.
It's over.
I ruined it. Oh yeah, another like Japanese inspired tattoo.
Zoom in a little bit here.
Did I break it?
No, you're fine.
You're fine. You're good.
Okay.
Derek is fixing her equipment as we look at the tattoo.
All right.
talk with
there
my
you go.
hands,
That one's
so-
black. Do you typically do like? I mean, neo-traditional would be a lot of bright, like vibrant colors,
It can be
right?
black and gray or color. I do both. I like doing color, depending. Yeah, I love this piece. But this was like a pretty open concept again. It was like, I like the girls you do, maybe like a headdress, and then just kind of let me do whatever I want. That's like when I feel like I do the
Very
best.
cool.
Thank you.
Is there one more?
This
No,
is-
that's it. Okay, that's all we got.
That's all we got. Pretty
That's fine. You
interesting.
can head over to our Instagram page, which we'll plug at the end of the episode, and you can look at all of her work on there.
Amazing.
So there you go.
What's the IG for her tattoo stuff?
That's at Marisa LaRen Tattoos.
Yes, yes, it is.
I knew that.
So if you want to follow more of her work,
Very confident.
I follow her actually.
so if you want to follow more of Marissa's work, head over to her IG. She has plenty there to look at. We looked at a few of them. Fantastic work. And how long did it take you to get to the point where you feel really confident when someone would come in and say, hey, I want this? And what goes through that? Because I know nothing about it in the training and whatever's involved.
Tattooing is one of those things that I just feel like it doesn't get easier, you get a little better. But Like I'm constantly learning and trying to evolve what I do and like continue to progress. So I'm like, I guess a confidence thing. Like I know what I can do and I know what I want to do. I have a style now that I'm pretty set in, so that makes it easier. Like I know exactly what I like and what I'm good at. So when people ask for that, they usually get like my best work. And I kind of stay in that realm because it's what I enjoy. It makes me the happiest. But I'm always trying to like evolve and progress what I do. That's why I like getting tattooed by tattooers who I look up to or are better than me. And like I like to travel to other shops and like you get to like pick people's brains and watch what they do. And that's how you learn.
So if I fly into Vegas a day early, am I going to get a deep discount on
We
a
already
tattoo?
talked about this. I reserved the entire time.
He did.
Sorry.
He emailed me like 6 months ago.
Yep.
Inappropriate.
John, what would you get as your so John does
It's
not
top
have
secret.
any tattoos, and what would you get as your first tattoo?
It's top secret. Can't tell you.
Is it going to have meaning, or is
Stay
it just going to be
tuned.
like, yeah, there you go.
It's gonna be Sam Cummins' face.
Boston. It's just going to be the state of
Well,
Boston.
You could be so lucky
City.
to have my face on you.
So, knowing me the way that you know me, what do you think I would get?
I think it would probably be something New England themed. It would have a meaning to you, and the symbolism would be much deeper than what you see on the surface. Because that's typically people's first tattoo has a lot of meaning. It'd probably be a portrait of Bill Belichick or something. I don't know.
Tom Brady on my butt.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you probably get like all the years that
Can
the
we do
Patriots have
like
won the
a
Super
Tom
Bowls.
Brady but with like a deflated football next to it?
Yes.
You're dead to me. So, moving on. So, who, you have all these crazy going-ons. You have all these things happening, all these happenings, and these things you want to do. Where does this all come from, and who inspires you? Like, who do you, like, obviously something is triggered.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure, though.
Where does this come from? Like, who inspires you?
I don't know if it's an inspiration thing. I think it maybe comes from like I grew up in kind of a sheltered lifestyle. I was homeschooled for a long time. I was bullied a lot, and I think it just got to a point where I was like, I want to do things that make me happy and live my life the way I want to live it. And instead of like worried about what other people want from me or want me to do. So I don't know. I don't think it's like an inspiration thing. I don't think I saw someone do something awesome. I was like, I want to do that. I just think I was like, I want to do that.
Do you feel like people worry too much about what people want from?
100%. I used to be that person.
Yeah. I mean, I think people, and it stems into social media. And, I think people have a misconception of how people live their life and how they choose to and the things that they enjoy. And I think people put themselves in a box sometimes. And I think you can attest to that. I think, you want to break way out of the box and do different things. And that obviously comes from somewhere. And it's probably not just a small town, but also, would you say it's almost like, not rebellious is the word I'm looking for, but, it's one of those things, right? I mean,
John Bartolo asking the hard-hitting questions.
I mean, would you say it's rebellious?
Seriously, though,
I don't
we're
think
getting
it's-
deep here with
No,
it.
that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't think it's a rebel. So I feel like my whole life, and I feel like this is a societal thing. It's not just me, but I feel like you're molded into try to fit into a specific box. Depending on where you're from, it may change. But it's like this is what you're supposed to do. Like maybe from a small town, it's like my parents wanted me to be like a dentist or a doctor. In my first semester of college, I went for like pre-med type of stuff.
Political science.
Yeah, and it was like you need to like be in a relationship and get married and have a family, and these are the things you do, and like
Drive an SUV.
yeah, or a
Wear Ugg
minivan.
boots.
Ugg boots are comfy though, but I digress. But like I feel like people are always just trying to tell you how you should live your life, and like there's this box that you are supposed to fit inside, and I've never really liked that. I always liked the idea of not being what people expect me to be. Like I know I look a certain way, and they may have like presumptions about how I should act or what I'm into or the types of things I like, and I don't think that's the way it needs to be. I feel like you can be whoever you want to be, whatever is natural to you, and you don't have to be like preconceived notions set by someone else who doesn't know who you are. I feel like
Deep.
yeah, I know.
It is.
Well,
Who knew you had such emotion? Now, of course, these things give us such insight into you. Let me ask the question. I mean, people say how real you are on social media. I think you're very real on social media, and I think what you put out there is extremely real and true to your character. But what would you say is probably one of the biggest misconceptions about you on social media? Because I'll say this. I told you this last night. I think you have you come off as like this badass chick, which you are, but I think you have a tremendously warm light about you, and you're very open and honest and talking, and you're very easy to chat with. And we just had a round table in there that probably could have went for another hour with some folks. I mean, what would you say is a big misconception to all your followers? I hate to use the word followers, but followers are folks, about you. What do you want to dispel?
You say fans.
Fans.
I don't like that word. I don't feel like I'm cool enough for fans.
That's why you have fans.
Okay. I think I do put off like a hard, I'm like a hard exterior. Like,
A shell.
I suppose. I think people expect me to be, I don't know, maybe not as friendly as I am when they first meet me, or I think a lot of people expect me to be like a hardcore, like metal head. Like,
I said that.
You get tattooed and you listen to metal music and you wear a lot of black and you're so
crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, like I like country music. I grew up on a farm. Like, I don't know. I just try to be nice to people. Like, I just want to treat people like how I would like to be treated. So, which is hard for me because I'm like introverted. So when I first meet people, it takes me a while to open up. So I think sometimes people think I'm going to be like a bitch. I try to not to be, unless they deserve it.
I don't think you're bitchy.
Thank you.
What do you think of social media in general?
I hate it. I hate it.
You can't just leave it there.
I'm not going to. I have like a love-hate with social media. I think there's so many wonderful avenues that you can use it for. I think it's definitely benefited my career, not just for tattooing, but like fitness and like the gun community and everything. Like, I feel like I've met really amazing people, but I think that there is this stigma and this facade when it comes to social media, like the highlight reels, the like pretending like you make all this money and you drive fancy cars and like you have the perfect life and you never have relationship issues and you never get sad or like get down on yourself or have doubts. And I hate that part of it because that's not real life. Like, everyone struggles, and I feel like if you're constantly telling people you don't, they have this false expectation that they're doing something wrong.
I agree with you. I think there's a tremendous false expectation. There's good and bad. Like, people see somebody with a large following and they think, oh, right away there's a stigma that comes with that, good and bad. I think people should be nicer. I think people should be kinder. I think through the years, and Sam will attest to this and those that have been around me, there's a lot of people on social media that they're just fucking assholes.
Yeah, for no reason other than the fact
assholes.
that it's the culture that's kind of evolved around,
and it's kind of
the screen.
Social media is very much a world of, you portray, like you said, might not be true. You portray that you have something I want. I can't have that for whatever reasons, and I'm going to try and take it from you. And I'm going to make you feel bad about it. Shame on you for having fun. Shame on you for enjoying your life. Shame on you for having a good lifestyle.
Oh, you're having success, and I'm just, I can't live with that. So,
and you know, I think we both can agree that there's so much of that going on. And you know, females are sometimes the worst. Female to female, they're sometimes the worst.
You got any chick haters out there?
Surprisingly, I don't know what it is, but like, I'm fortunate that the majority of people that follow me are super nice and cool.
You say that a lot.
I do, and I mean it, because like, I have a lot of female friends who get the worst comments.
But you've definitely had haters. How do you deal with haters? What's Marissa's process for haters?
I got two parts. There are two options I usually go with. It's either like, whatever you say is just so ignorant and dumb, it's not even worth my time. I'll block someone or whatever. Yeah. But I also have this thing where I feel like a lot of times when people say horrible things about you and they don't know you, it's way more about them than it is about you. So if I can try to figure out like why it is they're saying that, or what it is about their life, or enlighten them that there's a reason that they're coming at a total stranger and spewing a lot of hate, and it usually has more to do with them. I've actually had people be like, actually, you're right. Like, I'm sorry, this is about me and I don't know you. Yeah. And I just like, and it, like, you could change someone's life with like being intelligent and like not being super negative and hateful right back, because like hate,
they're almost taken aback and disarmed with
like,
the fact that you like approach them with like a genuine concern. You're like, hey, like,
yeah,
why do you feel that way? And let's like talk about why this is, because I don't hate you, so let's figure it out. And they're like, well, like,
dang it, you're making me look inside myself and actually figure out why I'm so upset and trying to ruin someone's job.
It's the why not me angle. Like, oh, why don't I have that? Why does she get that? Or why is she so happy? And I think you're right. I think it's a happiness that certain people are missing in their life, that they want to take it out on you in some way, shape, or form. Sam knows my philosophy with social media because I've dealt with my bouts of people, and I still deal with it. And I'm more or less like, dude, if you've never met me or you don't know me or you've never spent an hour talking to me, face to face, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Everyone should know at this point that social media is not real.
Yeah. It
only shows a portion of your life that you want people to see.
Yeah.
Social media,
people don't get that.
Social media is a lot like your resume. You're going to put the best part of your day out there. Just like on your resume, you're going to put the best parts of your job history out there. So it should always be this glowing highlight reel of what you have going on, because you're proud of that and you want to embrace the good. So I do believe that whether it's Instagram or Facebook, they were designed with the best intentions, right? To put the best out there. Hey, I'm really happy this is my wife. I'm really happy this is my girlfriend. I'm really happy I'm in Aruba. I'm really happy I got this cool tattoo from Marissa. I'm happy. But people take that happiness and they take it almost like as an insult. Why are you happy?
And
why do you get to be happy?
Yeah.
Then it stems into the, why am I not happy? And that's when they lash out and they say some shit. Mm-hmm. And they'll say stuff like, oh, I don't think he's genuine. I don't think she's real.
How do you know?
And you just sit back as a person behind the page or behind the flame, and you say, why do you think that? Why do you assume the worst in people? And there's so many people that just want to tear people to pieces. And it makes me sad. It genuinely does.
Yeah.
Because I think that the world would be a much better place if people just said one simple phrase. Good for you. Good for you. I'm happy for you.
And meant it. And meant it.
And meant it.
I feel like people constantly have this idea that that you can't root for someone else's happiness because it takes away from yours, which is so insane.
There's not a limited amount of happiness in this world.
Yeah,
just so people
success and happiness, it doesn't lessen what you do.
It's mind blowing.
But they're
Marissa.
you're not allowed to be I want you to succeed, but not more than me, because then I'm upset.
It's
and that's
mind
so crazy.
blowing.
Yeah.
That your hard work can be taken and thrown back in your face. I'm not into bikes. Sam's into bikes. Yeah. He likes to ride. Jacob likes to ride. They post pictures about riding. I'm happy for them. Guys, you like coming in your leathers? You like riding? You enjoy your trips to Tacoma? It's fucking awesome, man. Good for you. You like hanging at clubhouses? You like doing that stuff? Right on, man. They don't talk shit about me when I say, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to rip some weights.
No, I don't. Hell no.
I'm going to rip some weights. I'm going to enjoy myself. And that's what I like. I live in the regimen. I like that.
You like to get up at 2 a.m. and go to the gym at 3.
And I like to. I live a very regimented life, and I enjoy the regimen. I think people would be much better off if they just respected other people's happiness.
Mm-hmm. The quicker that more people realize that what other folks do that doesn't affect you and shouldn't affect you.
It's one of the problems with the internet, though, because everyone has a voice now. Back in the day before the internet, if you had an opinion, you told 3 people, oh, I don't like this, and then that was the end of it.
Yeah. You told the guys at the barbershop when you were there.
Yeah, but now you have a worldwide platform where everyone feel like their opinions matter, and it's an opinion, which is the lowest form of intelligence, right? Because it doesn't require any facts or knowledge. It's just I feel this way, so it matters and it's important, and everyone else should feel this way. But that's not how the world works.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. And there's some questions coming in on YouTube. For those of you on YouTube, please tap the thumbs up button, and please don't hesitate to ask any questions of Marissa. We did have one guy who volunteered to get a Falcor tattoo on his ass.
On his ass, yeah. There it is.
So we had one guy, Caselets Dude from Instagram, said, I'll do a Falcor butt tattoo.
Why does it have to be on your butt?
So if you show, let me ask you.
Because he's paying for the 3 hours, That's why.
If Caselets shows up at your shop in Vegas and says, I want a Falcor tattoo on my butt,
We'll get you the high-res file so you can print
We'll
them out
get-
and the resolution.
I don't even know how to approach this. Can we kick 10% off for his troubles?
Are you gonna pay me the 10% you take off?
No, you have to take it out of your own pocket.
Caselets, find Marissa in Vegas. I'm sure you can work something out. The consultation will be free.
I mean, but the appointment, I do require a deposit.
Yeah,
so.
that was my question. So I have a good friend of mine back in my hometown as a tattooer. He's been doing it for a long time. But anyway, he just recently started like hard enforcing deposits for his tattoos because it when you tattoo in the same town you grew up in, most of the people you tattoo are your friends. And everyone's looking for a hookup and this and that. And then they're no call, no show. And it's really disrespectful to do something like that.
I feel like the more people know you, the more likely they are to no call, no show, which is insane to me because I'm like,
that's so disrespectful.
I think it's disrespectful in general for someone to do that. Like, I just don't understand. Like, you just can't like send me an email or anything.
And anyone that's averse to putting down a deposit on a significant amount of
I've never
tattoo,
had
if you aren't ready to do that when you walk into the shop to put down at least 50% right there.
Yeah.
Then you shouldn't be getting tattooed.
I have like a set deposit for whenever we set the appointment.
Sure.
So I don't save your appointment until the deposit is sent. And then that's so that it seems to work well. No one's ever complained.
Good.
So, let's get to another hard-hitting question.
Ooh, I have if you're okay, never mind.
Go ahead.
No, I think we're gonna do the same thing. So you go ahead.
What? No, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask about the social media thing, how you effectively.
DMs.
We always ask that of everyone.
That's what?
That's a hard-hitting question.
Yeah, you have to give the hard-hitting. So wait, let me give it, and then you can give it.
Okay.
So we've talked about this. Maybe it's not an awkward DM. What have you had happen to you?
Ooh, yeah.
That was a little like, that's different.
The hard-hitting questions.
That's not even a hard-hitting one.
That's pretty hard-hitting.
Well,
What's the weirdest?
I had
He
a
tried
prize-
to ask me if all the filthy DMs you get. I'm like, I get cat videos mostly. Like, people are cool. They just
You don't
send
get
me-
the random unsolicited dick pics?
She doesn't get the random unsolicited
Don't
dick
get
pics
But I
anything,
think
but
they're scared because I will cut your dick off.
that's a good answer. So what has happened to you? And I know the story. I'm a little jaded. What has happened to you that's a little like,
right. This was right after I got done with Ink Masters. I would imagine it had filmed by then.
When were you on the show?
Aired.
Sorry, just for a frame of mind, time frame wise.
3 years ago.
3 years
so
ago?
I think it aired in June. So yeah, almost exactly 3 years ago. It probably aired and it went till October or something. So I moved down to Florida and I'm working at a shop and I got prison mail. It was real nice. It was like a couple of pages.
Did you read the whole thing?
I did, and it had some
did you write back?
drawings. There was No, I did not.
Why
But
not?
he wasn't like, I want to like meet you and skin your face and wear it on my face. It was like,
I want to wear your
it
skin.
was like I'm in prison and I own a tattoo shop, and I'm sick or something. He was sick and he might not live very long, and he wanted me to run his tattoo shop when he was gone.
This guy wanted to give you a tattoo shop.
Yes.
That is.
Right?
and it said, P.S. I'm horny.
Did it really?
No. It didn't say anything. It was just like, I don't really respect you, and like it was kind of nice, but it was like
what goes through your
there
mind?
was like little doodles and drawings.
What goes through your mind when you're holding the letter, and it says return address San Quentin,
Okay.
Rikers Island, New York.
The one part that was like a little weird. It was like, even if you don't want the shop, I really want you to respond to me, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh man, do you know if this guy's out yet or not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's gonna hear this and he's gonna come
man.
find me.
I know.
But he said he was sick, so he might.
If you're out there, okay.
There's so many layers to this. We should
There's so many
we
layers.
should just start peeling them back, man.
Do we know what he was in for?
No, he didn't say.
If you're out there, Mr. Criminal,
No.
Please contact us. We'll facilitate the reconnection.
call in,
Love
and we'll make it
connection.
happen.
Here we come.
So, so you mentioned, DMs. You get your share of them, I'm sure.
Nice ones.
Nice ones,
Thank
lovely
you.
ones.
Thanks, y'all.
How does one that wants more information effectively slide into your DMs?
Don't slide into my DMs. I won't respond.
I mean, I already tried it and failed. So.
Email me if you, and even then, we'll see if I respond.
Is your email linked to your page?
Yeah, but I have 2 emails, one on each page. But I usually respond to like females. Like if they're super nice and they say something that's like profound or like meaningful, or it's like something they achieved and like they don't seem creepy, then I'll respond sometimes. But I feel like I don't like answering DMs because I feel like once you open that,
It provocates the conversation.
and they can always message you after that. And I just don't like opening, like I don't give my phone out, like even for tattoo appointments, no one will ever get my phone number. I'm very weird about like privacy.
I got your phone number.
It's a fake one.
So, so you hear this groundbreaking news, gentlemen. If you want to effectively slide into her DM, catfish her as a woman. Start out.
That's how you do it.
Start out with a kitty pic.
And send me cat videos.
Start out with a kitty.
You are a cat person.
You don't follow
So
my
wait.
Instagram?
I'm going to go there.
Have you seen Shower Kitty?
So
I know,
shower kitty.
I've-
We're going to get to shower kitty. Where do I begin with this?
He's a dog.
How does the kitty get? One, how does the kitty get in the shower? And two,
So you like cats that are like
so
dogs.
is this
He is a dog.
is this
I
cat?
want a dog.
This cat's a dude.
It's a dude. Okay, so here, I'll tell you how.
It's a dude.
So you have
So-
a cat, a male cat
Okay.
that showers with you.
Yeah, so I had rescued a cat in Colorado. Her name is Moneypenny. I don't know if you James Bond fans. Yeah, rescued
tracking.
her. She's like a little old lady. She was abused and beaten and super sweet. So I thought she wanted a friend. So I'm like, I'll get another girl cat and I'll name it Pussy Galore. So it's like, that's another James
gotcha.
Bond. Yeah,
Yeah,
hilarious
totally right
cat
on that.
name. I know. So some girl.
I love interesting punny
Yeah.
animal names. They're the
Yeah.
best.
So this girl in this town was like, I'm just giving away cats, or I'm gonna let them die out in the middle of nowhere because I can't afford to feed them. I can't afford to feed my kid. I'm like,
That's
okay.
My God.
I will take one. And she's like, the last one's a girl. I'm like, sick. That's
Call the
perfect.
ASP.
Pussy galore.
Pussy galore. So I take this cat home, and it's way too small to take home. So it's like fits in my hands, and I get home, and it's super cool. And then I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, those are testicles.
Is a dude.
It's not. It's definitely a dude. It's not a girl. So I can't name you Pussy Galore because it's a girl's name.
You could be because maybe he just slays it all the time.
No. So I was like, either it's gonna be Fuzz Lightyear because you're fluffy, or Professor because it's funny. And I don't know, I named him Professor. And I had a big shower, open shower with like glass blocks that you just walk into. So there's no door or nothing. And he's like little, and I would shower, and he would cry and walk in there, and then he would cry to get picked up. And I'm like, okay, this is a thing. And he would just like paw at the water and lick it and like love it and shove his head under the water. And I'm like,
That's
oh.
weird because usually cats are not about that
Yeah,
life.
just from like a tiny little baby, and now he's a fucking needy little bitch.
They say cats.
And he cries for showers. He gets more showers than I do.
They say cats can see into your soul, and now this male cat.
What? Who says that?
They
I
say,
don't think that's a thing.
That's what they say.
No, dogs
Who
are the ones
told
that can
you
see
that?
into your soul, man. They
What
can
are cats,
smell
then?
your personality.
Yeah, no, cats usually don't like people. They're not like super friendly.
Well, this one's showering with you.
He waits for me at the door. He can hear when I comes home. He waits by the door. He walks. I'm like, hey, we're gonna do belly rub time. He rolls over. I give him belly rubs, like a dog. And then he walks in the shower and fucking cries until I'm like, turn the shower on for him. And then I have to dry him off because he is cold, of course.
Why not blow dry him?
He doesn't mind it, but he likes towel dry. He likes to be cuddled in a towel like a baby, and then I just wipe him
Like a baby.
like a baby.
That cat has
I like
the
how
life,
you're
huh?
also you're also like
Yeah, I'm doing
Yeah.
I talk with my hands.
I know.
It's
okay.
a lot.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So you talk with your hands a lot, and that's somewhat of an Italian thing. What's your background? Ethnicity.
I am Native American. I'm Sioux. I'm Hawaiian. I'm Irish. Maybe German. Maybe Portuguese. Maybe a bunch of other things I don't know about.
So you're all kinds of stuff.
I'm a mutt.
We need that. What's that program? We need
23andMe.
no. We need the one that does the genealogy.
That's
Oh.
20.
That's
We
Ancestry.
need Ancestry.com.
23andMe does the genetic testing.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That's what. Yeah.
23andMe or Ancestry.com. If you're out there, we'd like to find out.
Boom. But I'm gonna give you a fake name so you can't up my insurance.
Ooh.
That's what you do.
Oh really?
Yeah, they do that. Well, when you see these, yeah, this is like a thing. People
Oh,
are
I
always
didn't
like,
read about that.
oh, they like people are always warning you because you send in your information and your DNA, and they can sell it to like pharmaceutical companies, and they can, if you have like a weird genetic disorder or something, they can raise your rates based off that. So they'll sell your info. So if you give them a fake name, then they don't know.
Do you buy your own health insurance right now?
I don't actually have health insurance because the last
I
time
know it's a really personal question.
No,
I'm just
I
saying
don't
that's
mind. Like I work for myself, you know,
Yeah.
so I don't get like some corporation doesn't give me dental and health. I don't have health insurance because the last time I tried to get it, I couldn't afford it because I'm in like a weird tax bracket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know
and
exactly.
It was
yeah.
crazy.
That's because
expensive.
Mama brings home the money.
Yeah.
No, I'm just not poor enough or rich enough to get health insurance.
It's like, oh, I make too much.
You're just not good enough for either.
No, I know exactly. Yeah, I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
So, as we get closer to wrapping, what's your life motto? I mean, you have so much going on. You have so much stuff. Like, what if you were to say, this is who I am? What's like your one-liner?
I don't have like a catchphrase.
Why do you think people think you're interesting?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Don't cheat us.
I'm not.
Be a little self-centered here for a second.
I can't. I honestly, I just feel like such a normal person that when people ask me that, I honestly don't know. Like, I just try to be, I don't know, I like doing fun things. I try to be a good person. I try to be, open and honest with people because I don't know any different. I don't know. This is who I am. I don't try to be a certain way. It's just who I am. And I don't know why people like that. Oh.
Derek?
Not to jump back into the middle of the show here, but we didn't talk about the gun and rifle side of things.
We're getting there.
Well, you were starting to shut it down here.
No. I'm gonna circle back.
We're getting into the third act.
We're getting into the third act.
Just making sure.
So, to Derek's point,
We'll get to it.
we're getting there. To Derek's point,
Reason I don't have a microphone.
the shooting the last couple of years has been exciting. We had you out here to see some of the products, to take a look at some of the guns. You've visited the booth at SHOT Show. You are a fixture at SHOT Show. It is in Las Vegas. You've come around the brand quite a
Last year was
bit.
my first year.
Oh,
At
man.
At SHOT Show.
Joe, what'd you think?
Yeah, what did
was-
you think?
Overwhelming.
Yeah, that's a good reaction.
Yeah, it was cool. I met lots of people and I got to see a lot. I don't even feel like I saw everything. It's so huge.
I love going to fitness shows and people think how big they are, and I'm looking at them and I'm
No.
like,
Well, it's like SEMA. When I went to SEMA for the first time,
Oh, it's
I was
even bigger.
Oh my gosh, there's
Yeah.
so many things.
So
But
much.
SHOT Show was a little overwhelming, but I enjoyed it. I'm excited to go
it's
back.
actually borders on ridiculous.
Yeah, I could see it. That's
It's so big. Like, you have booths, and then you have what do they have? They call them first year booths,
It's the Shot Next. It's on
yeah,
the,
it's
on
like
the third
SHOT
floor,
Next.
And
They
the
have
tables up there. Yeah.
then you go to SIG, and it's like a city, and then it's just so out of control. It's and it's so overwhelming, and you're like, okay, I want to just look at one. I could count on one hand how many single items I've managed to pick up and actually spend some time
Yeah,
looking
same.
at SHOT, and it's an overwhelm. I call it sensory overload.
Well, it's because everyone that goes to SHOT Shows thinks that they're the most important person there at the show, including me. I mean,
Not me.
when I show up, I'm like, I'm here. Here I am.
Are you going to go to SHOT Show this year?
Yeah, I want to. I'm still new in this industry, obviously. Like I said before, most of my shooting was recreational, and I just started getting serious. So I'm still learning. I'm still trying to learn all these things and meet people and get better at it.
Who are you training with next?
JJ Rakaza. He's not a big deal or anything.
We love you, JJ.
I do. Yeah, he's the best.
If you could train after JJ, who would be some guys you'd love to kind of rub elbows with and train with? I mean, I would imagine Max Michelle's on that list. I know JJ and Max do a lot of things.
I don't like choosing. I feel like you can learn something from anyone.
Like
I'm
Shane,
a
Michelle.
big fan of. I was gonna try to shoot with Michelle because she's so
Yep.
sweet and she lives in Phoenix. My sister lives down there.
Yeah, we're trying to get Michelle's going to come up here.
Yeah, I would love to pick her brain and shoot with her 'cause she's a female. She's a little pregnant right now.
She's round. She's round. Michelle, we love you.
This is weird.
She's still newly pregnant. She doesn't look
I've been teasing her about it.
pregnant.
Her
yet.
and Mike.
She looks great.
So
You're glowing.
you're glowing.
She's
Yeah.
just so pretty, anyways.
So you have all these shooters out there. Is there anyone in the 3-gun world? Because I know a lot of them are
I
pistol
don't
people.
do 3-gun, so I don't really know that many 3-gun. I'm only doing pistol right now. I'm gonna start doing rifle, but I've localized just in mostly around Las Vegas.
Is JJ your hero in shooting?
I just like JJ as a person, and he's
He's one of my heroes. I'll
He's
be
amazing.
straight with you. Yeah, he's one of my
amazing.
heroes. in
He's
shooting.
super talented. He's so nice. And
Good
he's,
instructor.
Hard worker, and so incredibly talented. I'm super excited to take his class because I feel like I'm just gonna learn more in those 2 days than I have.
Oh, sure.
My entire life. Ever.
It'll be overload. Sure.
Yeah, I
He
can't
throws a
wait.
lot at
Yeah.
you.
I've done private stuff every once in a while. When he's like, "Hey, we're gonna go out last minute."
Yeah. Kind of just fun and gun a little bit.
How often would you say you shoot now?
I try. So I do at least 1 or 2 times a week. I was doing a match every week for a
That's
while.
good.
But local, yeah, just trying because I but I want to start doing like, I was doing a lot of matches, just local, obviously. Sure. But now I want to start doing like way more like fundamental like practicing and less matches, and then start doing bigger matches. I feel like that's like a better way. So that's my plan.
What gun do you run?
I shoot a Glock 34 right now.
Any custom work?
Yeah, Ready Gunner out of Utah did a custom Glock for me. So it has like a Zev barrel and a Zev trigger. There was like a magwell. I'm doing carry optics now, so it was like an open gun. So I took the light off, I took the magwell off. So now I'm just shooting it as carry optics. I'm trying to maybe start doing, JJ wants me to do open and move to open, but that means I have to get a metal fancy gun.
You got one of those sick limb cats or something.
Yeah.
I'm a little poor, so.
You'd have to get one of those JJ specials that'll
Just
like
do more tattoos. I don't
$3 grand. Yeah, up the day rate a little bit, the hourly.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited. I mean, you're going to be doing more matches.
Yep, that's the plan.
You're going to go to SHOT Show next year.
Yes.
You're going to maybe go to the NRA show and start to grow this and expand
I
it.
would definitely like. I wanted to go this year, but I had already.
It was great. It was in
travel a
Dallas.
lot.
It's in Indianapolis next year.
Yeah.
I know. I went
It's my
to.
home turf.
It's another great venue for it.
I went to the Kentucky Derby, and it was the same weekend, and I had already bought tickets.
And you love horses.
I do. I love riding horses. I would actually love to learn how to barrel race because that was my goal when I was little, and I never got
people
to.
around here that have been doing that.
Haley J. Photo
Haley J.
knows a
Human.
thing or two about.
Oh yeah, dang.
Thing or
Hey,
two
girl.
about. Hey, girl. So you get all these going ons. I mean, it's so much. I mean, we've
it's
hit.
a lot actually.
We've,
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I play the piano.
now, where does the music come in?
I'm
though?
also gonna try to write a novel. Like just do all these things.
What would the book be about?
I don't want to give it away, but I have
Give it
an
away.
idea.
Exclusive here on Falcon.
No, I can't because it's still in my head.
Is it fantasy or?
No, it's fiction. It's not fantasy. I want to do like kind of a noir, like thriller novel.
Sick.
Like kind of with like
Heroine or hero?
I haven't. I haven't. I can't give it away.
Have you written a single word of it yet?
Yes. Cool. Yeah, I have. But it's like kind of a relationship based. I want to do a lot of like emotional. Oh gosh, what is the word?
Intimacy.
No. Wrong. Abuse.
Wrong.
Emotional abuse. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I guess I grew up most of my
Dysfunctional type of.
the majority of the relationships
flawed-
I've ever
the
been
flawed
in,
hero,
like
flawed heroine or
family,
whatever.
romantic friendship, have been like a lot of emotional abuse along with some physical. So I kind of want to like open that up for people, so it's like relatable to people who are going through that.
That'll
So,
be
interesting. Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Would it be an
Oh,
ebook
cool.
or are you going like full?
No, I like
Publication.
Paper, yeah.
Okay, if you could hire anyone to read the audio version of your novel, who would it be? Anyone.
Tony Danza.
What is oh gosh, what is
Who
his
would your
name?
narrator be?
No,
Rock.
it's-
Dwayne Johnson.
no, I feel maybe The Rock. The Rock is awesome. I would let him do anything.
I think getting Rocco to do it, Vince Vargas, would be cool to have
Oh,
him
yeah,
read
right?
it. Just have him read it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it would be an interesting voice to
I
read
think it
that
would
book
be,
in.
yeah. I feel like it needs to be a man's voice.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'll read it for you.
I'm sexist.
I'm pretty affordable.
I knew it was going to come around to that.
I'll read it for
The whole
you.
time, the moment he asked.
Once upon a
See
time.
you in like 3 years when it's finished.
All right.
So you may be. I'm going to make a profound behind the flame Falcor statement. You may be the most interesting woman
Oh god.
on Instagram.
No,
You're gonna have
not
a
even.
on Instagram.
Not
Most interesting.
just. It's not even close. He's so wrong.
You are an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
Like,
Wrapped in a tortilla. No, that's not true.
I'm not-
With
I'm
Sioux
not
origin.
Mexican.
Why'd you have to make it that? It's just tortillas.
Why,
in general.
what you mean, you people? So you have a lot of interesting things that you're into and a lot of interesting things going on that you want to do. And I think that's really exciting and it's different. And it's not something, we get a lot of people with the standard answers and a lot of, I think that's really exciting and a testament to kind of your willingness to live, so to speak. And you're willing to move and you're willing to take chances and you're willing to accept challenges and you're willing to try different things. That's really rare.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's important in life to constantly challenge and like progress like your physical and mental attributes. Like I feel like it's more important to continue to learn. Like forever. That's all I want to do. I just want to learn new things all the time. Like, that's my goal. And I don't have to be the best at everything, but I would like to like work really hard and be proficient at like a lot of things.
We get a lot of, obviously we're going to have and have had a lot of interesting people on the show, but we just don't get a lot that say, hey, I want to swim with sharks. Hey, I wrestled a cobra. Hey, we just don't get a lot of that.
I barely touched it.
And there's so many layers.
It's essentially wrestling.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
There's so many layers to you, and I think that's really exciting, and I think you're a fun one to watch, and I would encourage everybody to kind of pay attention. What's next for Marisa? What? I mean, we know the shooting, we know the book, but what's kind of like one thing or maybe the next challenge that maybe you want to really tackle? You really going to push forward with the traveling and eating and potentially doing something like that?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that would be great. I'm kind of
Internet
just
food show.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not like I can't eat that many things. I'll try anything like once or twice. I'll try it twice.
I say the same thing a lot, but I can honestly not see myself swimming with sharks.
Yeah, but food too. Like, I'll try.
I don't know,
anything.
man. Watching all the.
Like, I wanted to do Fear Factor.
Yeah, watching all the No Limits, all the oh my gosh, what is the show on Netflix with Anthony Bourdain? No Limits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
watching all those episodes is just like, man, I want to go to that random place in Thailand and drink moonshine with those guys. That sounds awesome.
Like my seriously dream job ever is that. Like,
you're eating guts at a random table, sweating your ass off.
That sounds amazing. I'll do it. It's an experience. I'm all about experiences. Like, I'll try anything at least once. Like, I feel like just to try it.
Sure.
Yeah. You don't know if you like something until you try it.
That's where my superpower would come in handy, being able to speak any language.
Yeah, I'm gonna read their minds.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? You want to be able to read minds, right?
Yeah.
We talked about superpowers earlier.
I would kill it in life if I could read everyone's minds.
It's amazing.
Think about all the business opportunities. Someone next to you is just thinking something awesome, and you're like, my idea now.
I think my superpower would be to grant wishes. I'd be like the wish master. The genie.
I feel like someone would catch you and tie you up in a basement and just make you do stuff for them.
No.
There you go. Answer that question.
Gun or 2A tattoos? Nope, sure don't.
No.
I like to think of like tattoos as like art, like paintings I would want to put in my house, or like collecting artwork. I don't get like symbols or logos or anything like that. I like to collect.
Yeah, instead of putting it in your house, you're putting it on your body.
Yeah.
Are you willing to be the exclusive Falcor tattoo artist?
No, you would have to pay me a lot. Well, so maybe.
No, you can just tattoo the Falcor tattoo exclusively. Like, no one else can get the Falcor tattoo except they come through you. That's not true. We can grant her an exclusive.
That's not a thing, dude.
We're making it a thing. I want discounts.
You're not getting discounts. I told you, you're paying double.
Yes.
So for those of you out there that are interested in finding Marisa to get tattoos, she does not offer discounts, even to me.
$400 an hour,
and
maybe 50% off.
And that's what you said you get DM'd the most about, is getting discounts.
No, I really don't get asked for discounts. I just have had people, not so much lately, but when I first started tattooing, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, my buddy did this for me, and it was $20. And I'm like, sick, go to your buddy, because I can't match that. Or like, I'm going to get tattooed a lot, so you should give me a deal. I'm like,
and you don't travel and tattoo, right?
Yeah, I do.
You're willing to?
No, I don't travel for specific people. I like to guest spot at shops, like good shops with artists that I want to work with. Like, I have friends that own shops, or like people I've never met that I'm like look up to that are good tattooers. Like, I like working at other shops, and then I get to tattoo people from like other places who maybe couldn't afford to fly to me, because most of my clients are from out of state.
That's a pretty normal thing in the tattoo
industry. It is a normal thing, yeah. I don't really like doing conventions anymore. I used to do a lot of them, and they stress me out, and I like guest spots better. I like working at a shop better.
What's one tattoo artist or shop you'd like to work at that you haven't?
That I haven't? Grand Reaper. Which is where I got my back done. We had talked about me guesting out there, but I really would like to do
Where
that.
are they located?
San Diego.
Santiago.
Wales. Vagina.
You can say that on the show. It's fine.
I don't know.
We're explicit on iTunes.
Everyone said that I was supposed to keep.
We try to stay away from a couple of deadly words, but
vagina's not one of them.
Penis, penis, vagina.
That is anatomical terms, man. It's not bad.
No.
Vagine.
My sister.
So Knox said, that's cool. I respect that better than a bunch of random shit all over.
Oh, thank you. Well, I agree.
Appreciate that, Knox.
I like to think everything ahead.
Yeah, he's a very loyal guy. So those of you that are chiming in, 221B said, "What you mean, you people?" It's funny. That's funny, Suresh. Of course, always funny. My good friend, Passenger 57 over there at 221B. I appreciate everyone on YouTube. So if you guys are still watching and tuning in, we appreciate the questions. We appreciate everything coming in. It's been a real pleasure. We're coming up on, how long have we been on?
We've been on for over an hour now.
Wow.
We had about 10 minutes of pre-roll.
So we had a little pre-roll, but as we wrap up, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you? What are all your handles?
Yeah. Where can they find you? Where they can find all yours?
Here's my address and
No,
my
no.
routing. No, okay.
Where can
Social
everyone find
security
you on social, and what's a good avenue to go? Like some people have said, don't hit me up on Facebook. I never check it. So what's all the
yeah,
good?
I don't almost ever use Facebook. I just have it because I'm supposed to. I have 2 Instagrams. The more like personal one would be the Marisa LaRen Fitness, and then my tattoo one is Marisa LaRen Tattoos. It's easy.
And if somebody wants to hit you up and ask a legitimate question, the best way is email.
Email. I have 2 emails. The one on my tattoo page, that's obviously like my business one for tattooing, so that's the one I check more often.
Okay.
But you could email me at either. If it's a legitimate question, I'll respond. If it's not, I probably won't.
How much for this?
How much for that?
Yeah, or if it's just like, hi. I've got a couple hi emails.
You don't respond back?
I do
Hi.
not. I do not.
Creepers. So we've said so much. I feel like I've gotten some insight into you and kind of your logic and just your free spirit and the things that you want to do and want to accomplish. I'm super excited to have you on. I've been excited to have you on for a while. I think you have a really cool style. I dig your style. And I think the whole team was really excited to have you out. And I think that you represent a lot of what's free about living and living free. And I think that that's something that's fair to categorize you in. And I think everybody can learn something from your behavior, your way of living, and the things that you do. You radiate a certain amount of, like, I'm here and I'm going to live the best life possible and I'm going to do fun and exciting and cool things. I think that's very fair to say to you. Would you say so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very
that's
polite.
super nice of
Yeah.
you, and I really appreciate
But
it.
I genuinely believe that, and I think you give that off. And if anyone gets a chance to meet you or spend some time with you and chat with you, I think you do give off kind of that glowing, like you said, I'll try anything once, or hey, that
I'm
seems.
a bright ray of sunshine. Yeah, I've heard that.
Don't go too far. But I think you definitely give that off. And 221BS, one more question. If Marisa could name a rifle, what would she call it? That's a great question.
That's hard.
And we
I
may-
feel like I would have to think about that, actually.
Why?
Why?
Say
Why?
a name.
A name.
Name the gun. Name it. Go. Go. Now. Say it.
And that's
I
something
don't like being peer pressured.
that's something we do around
Do it.
here is naming rifles and
I
things
feel
like
it would
that.
have to
So
be
That's a very Falcor thing.
Yeah.
You know, all of our guns have a name, not just like the, Falcor Defense 15 or whatever.
right.
You know.
No, I like that. I never really thought about it. I have to think about it.
I know she picked up the Petra earlier and she was like, I could get with this.
I liked the Omega.
The Omega was another one she
Yeah.
liked. So she had a lot of fun, hanging out and checking out some of the things. And she's going to have some photos, and there'll be some cool stuff coming out of her kind of repping the goods. But I want to thank the sponsors. I want to thank 221B Tactical. Thank you, Suresh, for everything that you do and supporting the guests and supporting the podcast. And everybody over at 221B, if you haven't checked them out, please take a minute to check them out. I know Sam will thank everybody, but I do want to thank all of them myself. Kenzie's Optics, Bang Energy. Of course, Chick-fil-A for the last couple weeks kind of being supportive and helping out, Enforce Lights, and Tactical Tailor for putting together the goodie bags and everything else. Is there anyone you want to plug, thank, or say hi to, or just kind of thank them for supporting you? Of course, First Form comes to mind.
Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, First Form's been super supportive and like a big integral part of like my
The journey, yeah.
for sure. Myself.
Your shop.
I love everyone that I work with. The shop's been great.
Plug the shop one more
Aged
time.
in Oak Tattoo. We have 8 artists. They're all very talented. I guess 7 because I'm the 8th. So
7 other artists, including you.
yeah, most of them do realism tattoos. So if you want realism, because I don't do that, you could get tattooed by one of them. Everyone's wonderful.
Anyone else or anybody else?
My cat.
Shower kitty.
Thanks for being there
Professor.
when I'm alone. Professor.
Is that a name?
Yeah.
Professor.
Purr.
Professor.
Per.
I thought it was just your accent.
Professor. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we're going to wrap. I thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. This was better than I thought it was.
It'll be a really fun time. I hope you enjoy Montana.
Oh, I'm glad we exceeded your expectations.
I get nervous. It's not you. I told y'all I get stage fright, so I thought I was gonna
She's very
have
fidgety.
Like sweats. Yeah, I smacked the
we're
mic like
super
10
chill.
times.
It's all
No,
good.
yeah,
We had to
it's
put a
great.
bedpan under the chair. She's very fidgety.
I thought I was like a trash can here in case I vomit or if I pee.
And this is, it's really nice of you to share your story with us. And I know we were one of the first. We kind of christened you to get your story out there. And we're super thankful and grateful. And we appreciate you. Everyone at Falcor does. I thank Melinda and Jason Sanju for having you out. And, of course, special thanks to the whole team. I'm going to throw it over to Sam for the final thoughts.
All right. All right, guys, we want to thank everyone for joining us on today's episode of Behind the Flame. Thank Marisa for coming all the way from Vegas to be on the show with us today. Again, we are doing a giveaway for this episode like we do with every other one, folks. So head over to our most recent post on Instagram, like and comment, like the post, comment with tagging a friend. Then head over to the iTunes podcast app and leave us a review. I'd prefer if it would be 5 stars. Drop your Instagram handle in that comment, and we will pick a winner this afternoon. Again, thanks a lot, guys, for listening to Behind the Flame. We will see you next time with, who's our guest?
We have 221B Tactical next week, which is a new dealer in Houston. Ilio from 221.
You mean Blue Line Tactical?
Yeah,
Oh,
you said
yeah.
22B1.
Oh, man.
Suresh, I'm thinking of
Oh,
you.
my gosh.
Suresh, call me. You're on my mind. No, Blue Line Tactical, I apologize. Ilio from Blue Line Tactical will be in on Wednesday, I believe he gets into town. I'm looking really forward to hearing from them, starting up as a new dealer, getting rolling. It's tough to get into this business. He's a great businessman. I've had a lot of chats with him. It's going to be fun hearing all about that. And then we have the lovely Lono coming on, Lauren from Buffalo PD. She probably can't talk much about the BPD, but
It's all good.
But we're going to have her on, and we're going to get some of her side of law enforcement and what it's like to be up in the Niagara Falls area.
All right, guys. So thanks a lot for joining us this week, and we'll see you next time on Behind the Flame.